Now that is one happy little alien playing Build a Boat for Treasure. If you've joined me in a game in the last 4 months or so, you've probably ridden in this thing. This is one of my daily drivers. It makes probably an average of maybe 5 trips to the treasure every day. And this is a new server, so I expect to run out of road here pretty soon and I'll have to take off flying. Actually, I might have to take off flying right now. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to check out my thrusters I've been adding to this thing. They're a little hard to get tuned on this one, just because of what it is. I'll show you that in just a second here. Hey, they work alright though. That's kind of cool. Awesome. Alright, to the treasure, and then I'll load something else up. That little alien guy was kind of free, and this is why. Because this build is over 2 years old. And basically, it's the little alien guy that I just stuck a little head on top of this thing and took a bunch of junk off that doesn't need to be there. So these are the difference. So these are little ice blocks, and they ride right on the ground. So you can see here that the interference from the wheel, that hitbox is just below where these ice things are. And anyway, I took those off for the alien. And of course, it's got all the standard stuff in front of it here, and all the protection blocks out there. Collision off, invisible most of the time. The counterweight underneath it, invisible, collision off. This counterweight here is 655. And let's see what the other one is. That's kind of convenient. This one's in the exact same location as the other one. I didn't even have to move around. There we go. The counterweight on this one is quite a bit bigger. 3,146, and that is all titanium, of course, so it's really heavy. And there's what I've done with the protection blocks on this one. I had to make them taller because it dips forwards and backwards a lot, because I got rid of those little ice pieces on there. And still works great, but it does require a little redoing there. So this one has those thrusters. This is what I was just alluding to. They're hard to tune because that big counterweight down there and the thrusters are all the way up here, and I'm trying to get forward motion. So, you know, this thruster here has to point straight down, and then this one's where I get my forward motion from, and that one just provides a little extra lift for all the extra weight underneath it. It ends up working, I guess. Okay, I just put those on there. So, like I said, I drive this thing every day, a whole bunch of times, but none of my builds are ever done. Oh, speaking of that, I have a bunch of other stuff to show you. Check this out. Here's my ambulance that I've been working on. I showed this in a video a week or two ago, and I've just been, you know, kind of prettying it up a little bit. I like the flashy lights. You know, that's just interference from having one block inside another. So, you know, there's finally a useful thing for that, and it's all neon, and I just put little white blocks inside at the exact same level. It's just cloned the same block, made it white, made it smaller, and put them inside there. You do have to have them a different size. You can't use the same size block and stick it inside of itself, even if it's different color. They don't flicker like this. You have to make one of them just a little bit different size. That's about it. So there's my ambulance. Oh, and I made another vehicle too. Check this out. I'm still working on this one, but hey, you know, you can tell what it is, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's built on the same platform as that ambulance. So and so many of my other ones there. That whole video was about that a couple weeks ago. Same wheels. These are double wheels here, so you get really fast wheel speed. It's like a speed 100 wheel, so that's pretty darn quick. And of course, it's got protection blocks up front, so you can zip right to the treasure. It works pretty good. It flies, it has jets, thrusters, all the regular stuff that I put on my vehicles. Check out my other videos if you want to see more about that. In the meantime, I love free vehicles. Oh! I have something else to show you too. Okay, more to come. Here we go. Okay, now this one makes me hungry every time I drive it. Yep, it's a chocolate-covered sprinkled donut. Mmm, come on, Krispy Kreme. Something. Anyway, yeah, it's a donut. This was a freebie. This is awesome. Well, it was almost free. So the circle, or what do you call this? The donut-shaped thing that's made out of sand that's underneath the chocolate. That came from the video that I did for my tubes. So I made like a tube roller coaster thing and put a little vehicle inside this tube, and then it runs like crazy all over the place. So check that video out. It's on my channel. And anyway, when I was done with that, one of the easiest things to build was this circle of tube. Actually, it was one of the things that I built to begin with, even. So it was kind of like I had it already, and all I had to do was, you know, slap some wheels under it, and there it is. Let me show you how this thing looks with everything showing. All right, here we go. Let me transparency everything like that so you can see it. There's the protection blocks up front, of course. There's the counterweight underneath it. Don't know how much counterweight this thing's got on it, but yeah, 150. It seems like 50,000. No, it seems like 50 million. I don't know. There's thrusters inside this thing. So check this out. This is really interesting. I'm mesmerized by this vehicle. Amazed by it. I don't even know what you call that, but it's something crazy. So I'm going to move this thruster just a little bit. I'm going to move it by 2 studs there. See, there's another thruster inside this thing. So I've doubled up the thrusters. There's 6 thrusters here, not this one, but underneath here, down in here, there's another one right there. And I believe there's another one inside this one too. Yep. So I've doubled up 3 of these places, and so there's 6 thrusters there that all are trying to do the same job. This vehicle is like the heaviest vehicle on the planet, because even with 6 red thrusters, check out what it does when I turn on all 6 of them at the same time. Wow, what a thrilling thing to see. I'm like, what the heck? So if I do this, right, okay, I'm going along and I'm going okay, but this is not 6 red thrusters worth of speed. Oh, but check this out. If I land here and I drive for just a little bit, I don't even know what it takes, but now, see this? This is the same thing. I pushed the same darn button. That is 6 thrusters worth of power right there. That is what I was hoping to get. And I kept getting like, it's not moving. It's not moving. So I kept adding more and more thrusters. I don't know what causes that. But the simplest little things, like I delete a wheel, and all of a sudden it has all the power it needs. Well, that wheel didn't weigh like 1 billion pounds, so I don't know what's going on. So I have one other vehicle that does that. It's a F1 race car, and it's completely different design. It does use the regular wheels, but shocker, that a lot of vehicles use the regular wheels. They don't have that problem. So if you guys ever run into that, please know you're not the only ones, and let me know if you know a solution. So for me, I have to drive it just a little bit down to the treasure, and then I'm there. So this vehicle here, I'm not done with this yet, but since I opened up my saves, and you can see my beginning saves, I'll load this thing up. I want you to see this. I was working on it yesterday, and like I said, not done yet. I don't quite have the mechanics figured out yet. I kind of stink at that, apparently. But here's a little preview. I'll show this in another video later, but I just want to show you what I got right now. So it's a car, but it has oars on it that, you know, they have a... It looks insane. So, okay, that's about as much as I want to show this right now. I'm going to get back to my base here. But the oars just do this crazy, weird, wacky, random pattern. And I kind of like it. Like, I don't know, it makes me laugh. You can tell I'm laughing right now, so I enjoy it. Maybe that's enough to just keep it, but I don't know. Let me load something different. The vehicle that I showed earlier, the Alien and the one wheel, this is the same sort of thing. Here's what it looks like without the, without the transparency all the way. But let me go ahead and drop this thing, and I wanted to show you what it does here. So this is a pilot seat inside here, and you can just steer left and right. It's the same way that other one works. I use a lot of pilot seats, so I'm on a PC. I usually key forwards to T and backwards to G, and then I just use A and D for right and left. And the pilot seat is what makes the thing turn, which is cool. Anyway, my point is, if you don't have Robux to buy the large wheels, you can just make your own. So this one here is all made out of sand, as I slur my words together. A whole bunch of sand, and that's really all it takes. It's got the regular wheels inside of here, so if I go down here and I can select one of them right there, that's a regular back wheel, and that's what you do. If you're on mobile or something, it doesn't mean this can't work, but what you have to do is you have to put a switch, like up on the top or something that's easy to get to. I kind of like this switch because it sticks up really high in the air. It's got a decent profile, and you can basically link the switch to forward on the wheels, and so when you flip the switch, you go forward. So the bad thing is the only way to stop then is to flip that switch, and if you're in motion and getting hit by stuff, that's not as easy as you'd hope it would be. These are another option if you want to just make a single-wheeled vehicle. They actually have 2 wheels inside of them. So there's, you can see there's 1, 2, just like that previous one. I had 1 wheel on each side. and they're just right inside of each other. So just rotate them. When you're moving the wheels in and out of each other, or moving any blocks in and out of the wheels rather, make sure you always have collision off, because it'll bump the wheel, and then if you save it like that, it can mess things up here and there. Anyway, okay, I got to show you this. This is, let me get to the point here. So this vehicle is using a regular driver's seat, so you can see that's not a pilot seat in there. And I use the boat motors to steer the thing. So if I unanchor just that, you can see that the boat motors are they do some steering, and then I just use forwards and backwards like regular on the wheels down here. So they go right along with the boat motors. I think, yeah, so I've still got these boat motors keyed to go backwards. That's so that they can work on a tablet or something. But I really don't like that. I'd rather have them the other way, so that the boat motors actually don't do anything in reverse. But that's if you've got a pilot seat on there. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Downsides to this. This thing doesn't turn with a darn, because those boat motors are slow reacting. So it does allow you to drive normally, and you can stop and you can back up and stuff, so you don't have to have a switch on top. But I much prefer just plowing through things with a switch on top than I do having those boat motors that don't react very fast. As you can see, there's a wobble to these things. That's just how they go. You can increase or decrease the counterweight to help with that, and you might be able to find some balance. But if you have the pilot seat in there, you can kind of counteract the wobble just by going back and forth a little bit. Just a couple little back and forth movements, and you've got it kind of stabilized. And then you can pretty much go kind of straight. It's all about balance. You just have to make sure that everything is centered right over that counterweight. Your seat is right over top of the wheel. Everything is, very, very straight. You have to build very clean, and then these things work just fine. So anyway, let's see. Let me see if I got anything else to show you guys. If not, I'll say thank you for watching my video, and see you next time.